we're not going to do alliteration this time because we're going to start season 2 out with Bean Boozled. I'm not that excited, but here we are, sounding bored.
Well, welcome to season 2. We got renewed.
Season 2, yeah.
YouTube sent us the official announcement that they let us do season 2.
It was a whole letter. They were like, we're still not going to pay you.
Yeah.
But come on back.
We're getting the Logan Paul money,
Yeah,
which is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
We're going to keep it a little bit more friendly than he does.
A little bit more friendly. No venturing into any
Japanese
distant
force.
lands.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
We will behave.
Man.
But we're doing our top 10 games of 2017.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about this Cameron's favorite beer from 2017.
So, of course, favorite games of 2017, favorite beer of 2017. I did find out about this late, but who cares, man? This was great. So, Kokopelli, it is a local beer company in Westminster, so a little bit north of Denver. It's called Black Crimson. It is a black walnut cherry milk stout. No hops.
No hops.
Or at least little hops.
Is there barley?
I don't think so. I think it's all pretty malty goodness. But
all right, let's give this a try.
Fantastic. God damn, I love that beer.
That's a good beer.
It is fantastic.
Like
Smooth body, a little bit sweet. You get the walnut kind of like nutty flavor, balances out with the malt.
It's
but
so
everything,
dark you can't see our names.
Yeah, it's perfect. But yeah, Kokopelli, wonderful little beer company, tons of stouts, lots of good stuff to offer. I mean, check them out.
So what we're going to do for this top 10 is our first episode, we did the Bean Boozled smoothie.
Of course.
So we're going to go back to Bean Boozled again.
Because
we're actually going to play
we hate ourselves.
We hate ourselves. So we're going to play it the right way. We're going to do each one at a time. Here's our little box.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to go through them. We have the two woodsy ones up first. And
yeah.
then it's going to get to the one I think is the worst.
Which is could be dog food.
Yeah.
And I think it is arguably one of the worst.
I think it's I've had them all.
It's pretty bad.
So we're gonna start at number 10. So let's go ahead and which one you can pick first.
Okay, I'll just do them.
This is either lime or lawn clipping, which is
and this is the thing. We get a point for every time we get a good one.
Yes. And
the person with the most points has to eat. Just like he has to eat the rest of them. So even if you get a good one, it still kind of sucks.
Yes.
So let's do it.
A shot. I'm not getting any flavor.
I believe I got lawn clipping.
Yeah, I got lime.
No.
So I get a point.
Well,
so that's technically the worst one.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
But it wasn't even that bad.
No.
No, lawn clipping ain't bad.
My number 10 is a game that we played a ton. Tortuga 1667.
That was yours too?
That's your number 10?
Yeah.
That's my number 10.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, Jesus.
Aw.
So we'll
that's boring, everybody. But yeah.
So our last episode from last season was about Tortuga 1667.
Absolutely.
With Eric. So it is a social deduction game. Looks gorgeous.
Plays up to 9.
Look at this. I love this box.
Part of a series, we actually do have Salem, which is also part of this like party game book series. We're gonna be playing that sometime this year. It's an older game, but after this, like I will probably play through anything because this was a really fun take on party games. I liked kind of how competitive and like how the suspense kind of came as like the deck ran out.
The difference with this one is if you figure out who the other team is, it doesn't mean you're going to win.
No, it really... The social deduction piece is kind of like halfway, and then the rest of the suspense is how you're like orienting the treasures like right as the last card is picked.
Yeah, it's got a push your luck element too.
Absolutely. It's a great little game. Plays up to 9. I mean, watch our review if you want to know more.
Yeah, it's great. Let's see if we just pick the same game every time, this will go by faster.
Okay.
So this one is either toothpaste or berry blue.
Berry blue.
These two
berry
are
blue
easy.
jeans.
Damn it, I got blue.
I got toothpaste.
God. Wait, no, that is toothpaste.
I got toothpaste.
Yeah, that does not mean there's 1 and 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're both in the clear.
Yes, that is toothpaste.
Okay.
That's good.
Toothpaste isn't that bad.
There you go.
So what is our number 9?
My number 9 is Yamatai.
Same.
That's dumb.
Boring.
Yeah.
Boring. First ever born. I'm sorry, everybody. Yamatai, go for it.
Not intentional. So
It
this
really
is
wasn't.
the spiritual successor to Five Tribes to me. Same designer, same concept where you're kind of moving around a board.
But you do have the variation is really nice. Your board setup is not the same every time.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the replayability, whereas like I guess Five Tribes does have a little bit of that too.
Yeah, it does. But it plays very different as far as you feel the similarities, but it plays totally different. It's not one, you need one and have the other. I think you can have both.
I think you actually, and you get more choices as you go, whereas with Five Tribes, it definitely does
very
dwindle.
true.
I think that's a big difference.
It kind of does do the opposite in that part. Great game, beautiful game. I mean, it's one of those games you pop on the table, people like, what is this?
Yeah, it does take up a lot of space.
It does.
But
it's got
it's really good.
It's an engine builder, set collection. Just grabbing points. A lot of victory points out.
And for a light Euro year last year, I feel this one really did shine, even with it not really being a heavy Euro year.
All right, let's see if this happens again. My number 8 is Unearth.
Okay, mine is not. Mine is Gentes.
Gentes.
So go ahead and cover Unearth.
So Unearth is
great game.
A fabulous game that uses dice in a clever way. The theme, I don't know what we're doing.
I literally have no idea.
I don't know. You're digging up treasures, maybe.
I
don't know. But it's it has 4-sided up to 12-sided dice, and you have to pick your card that you're going to roll on.
It's 8.
Does it go up
4,
to 8?
6, and 8.
Oh, it goes up to 8.
Yeah.
No, it does go up to 8. You're right. But the cool thing is, so you're rolling 4-sided and 8-sided dice, which you normally don't as a Euro type player, which is cool. And it has a way to balance out bad rolls. When you roll poorly, you get a special little tile that you start building these little networks and surrounding them to get some bonus points. So it's an awesome little. I wouldn't quite call it filler.
I think it's a filler.
A little heavy.
It's a heavy filler.
It's about an hour.
Yeah.
But so much fun, and it also has a lot of screw your neighbor stuff in it, where you can make them re-roll and stuff like that.
But it's light. It's not really that much of a take that game, and you know what you're pulling out is a little bit luck as far as like those gems and how you assemble things. So it's a little bit luck based. I had a blast playing it every time.
Great.
Yeah, great.
Go
game.
for it.
Gentes. So again, great Euro. We did review this last year. This is one of those games that added a whole new mechanic that uses time, and I think that's where this game really like sets itself apart. Actually, right now, kind of depending on when you're watching this, the Kickstarter is live for Tasty Minstrel doing a deluxeified version of this game.
Yep.
So whenever we reviewed it and put it out, there was not really a lot of love or exposure for this game. But if you like Euros, the clever time mechanic is wonderful.
It's a civ building game.
I mean, it's a civ building game. It is nothing outside of the time is like really special, but it really plays well together. We played it at 2, and it played really well at 2. This is a great little Euro, cool little mechanic. If this kind of interests you, go look Tasty Minstrel's deluxeified version of this, because it has made it really nice looking on the board.
All right, now we're going to get into the scary stuff.
Okay.
So
this is number 7, right?
Yeah. It's either dead fish or strawberry banana smoothie. Number.
Ooh, we actually needed to do 8. Yeah, we forgot to do one for the last one, so now we got to do 2 in a row. Oh,
I got dead fish.
I did too.
I didn't put bags in there. I'm sorry.
All right.
Wow. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Dead fish is pretty bad.
And we didn't prepare our puke buckets. We have puke buckets
now we do. We're good.
We're good.
Hey, we're learning.
We're going to do number 7, which is either coconut or spoiled milk.
Okay. Oh God.
God damn.
Oh.
Why is it so much worse this year?
Because they're not mixing them.
Because last year Kyle didn't have to eat them.
Oh, that is so bad. So that was spoiled milk.
So just
here's
what's your number 7? What's
my
your
number 7 you're going to talk about.
Hmm?
You're going to talk about later.
Okay, so my number 7, Sagrada.
My honorable mention for me.
Honorable mention, okay. It's fair. This is
I'm actually shocked this doesn't make my top 10.
I am a little bit surprised too, but you know, this is one of those games, the whole theme is making a beautiful stained glass window, and you kind of like pick your little puzzle card, you're manipulating dice and like placing dice, and like really that's the whole game, and it is beautiful. It's succinct. It is just I would consider this an elegant filler.
Yeah, it is.
It's beautiful.
Nothing wrong with that game. It's definitely.
Did it just get lost in the kind?
Yeah, it was right there.
Okay, it was pretty close.
Yeah, it's just only 10 can get on there.
That's pretty fair.
There's some good stuff that didn't get like it.
But if you like dice manipulation, a little bit of auction, it does have a player mechanic where it goes, you know, first, second, third, fourth, and then fourth and fifth. So, you know, so first player goes first and last, and so sometimes if you're a first player, it could be a little bit of downtime. I would say that's really the only negative, but that negative is
well, there's a lot of AP in it if somebody gets really bogged down, and it's also easy to screw this up without even being on purpose.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the first time you play this, it is definitely a learning game, but after you kind of play and do an easy one first and then move up to hard, but yeah, we did review this, correct?
We did.
So yeah, go check out the review if you would like more information.
Probably.
A lot of these we've probably reviewed.
Next we're doing moldy
number
cheese
6
or caramel corn.
Caramel corn, moldy cheese, caramel corn.
Caramel corn, but that sucks. Did you get it too?
Also got caramel corn.
We both didn't get one.
So my number 6, definitely not. I guess maybe a game you would really think of, but this is a kids game done by Haba, Rhino Heroes Super Battle. Now I have not played this with any children. I have only played this game with grown adults, and I have to say,
childish adults.
Childish adults, but how fun! Like you're just stacking, building a big tower, kind of battling each other, like being little like superhero rhinos and building this big old tower. And because if anyone's played the original Rhino Hero, it's really just single card roof, single card. But Super Battle has multi-tiers, and you're building stuff, and you're hanging like monkeys and moving your meeple, and it's a lot more solid structure, so I think the tension actually gets a little bit higher.
Yeah.
This was a great...
It's a great bar game.
A great bar game. Good up to 4 players. I mean, even though it's Haba, if you just like kind of fun, like goofy dexterity games, this is definitely a game for everyone to check.
So my number 6 is a present I got for Cameron, and Cameron got it for me.
Oh yeah,
Ethnos, which was a huge surprise for me. My favorite CMON game. Probably
because it's one of the more Yuri. I would say this and the Grizzled, which are the kind of non-mini games, are 2 of my favorite CMON games for sure.
So, and it's also the most unproduced CMON game. This could be produced better, and it would be.
This could be gorgeous.
This could be gorgeous, but it's pretty.
Or it's really tiny.
It's tiny and it's kind of ugly. But this is Ticket to Ride gamer version. It's collecting the same sets or the same colors, playing them like you do in Ticket to Ride. But instead of holding onto your cards, you do have to dump all of them. So there is a timing aspect.
Absolutely.
And a huge push your luck aspect, which makes the game. So the second half, there's 3 dragons in the deck. When the 3rd dragon comes up, the game ends, the round ends immediately. So if you're holding on to this big, 6 halfling thing,
and randomly 3rd dragon hits,
you don't get to play them.
Too bad.
It's a area control set collection game. Number 5 is either Booger or Juicy Pear. I should be fine with you.
It should be fine. I eat my burgers all the time.
Oh yeah.
I think I did no part for the following.
Something's wrong with their boogers.
It's spicy boogers. That's so in my teeth. It's in my teeth.
Yeah, it's in my soul.
It's in my bones. Spicy boogers in my bones.
My number 5 is a game that came out of nowhere for me. Custom Heroes. It's a trick-taking game designed by the same, I don't know if it's the same people, but same company, AAG, that did Mystic Veil. So it's the same thing, but it's trick taking where if you got a 5, you can put this card in there and make it a 7. It's so much fun. And the cool thing is, you start making these cards, and then when the end of the round, they get shuffled back in and dealt back out. So you can get other people's crafted cards or your own crafted cards. So it's a great card drafting system. So much fun. It's a lot
shorter than Mystic Veil, but I think uses the system maybe a little bit better.
I think so. It's got some great humor in it too.
Definitely, and the trick-taking mechanic is super smooth and easy to teach and easy to play.
It is.
The theme is weird.
It is. And it's a game where the worse you do in the beginning, the better you do in the end. Because you're getting more cards, you're getting more money.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an interesting twist on the catch-up mechanism.
Absolutely.
The better you do, the less stuff you get to continue to do well. So, love that one.
My number 5 is actually later on in your list.
All right. 4.
What is this? Barf or no? Oh, this is barf or fish or peach. Barf or peach.
I hope I get peach.
Barf or peach?
Yeah, I don't know how you got fish.
Oh, because it's really close in color.
God, Jesus.
We could just both be faking too.
I think so.
There's not peach. There's not.
Something's wrong with these people.
Something's wrong with y'all because you're doing this.
Wipe our face.
Oh my God! It's like all they ate was like mashed potatoes and gravy and like jalapenos, and then they threw it up.
Oh, there's like a little pea. Who taste tests this? Oh yeah, that's my barf. You nailed it.
I just think there's too much jalapeno in this. There's just so many spices.
What do we have? Number 4?
Yes.
God, yes.
My number 4 is Clank in Space,
which was my number 5.
Ah.
Yep.
So, sadly, we've only played it twice.
Yeah.
That's still sad. Clank is it's my 3rd favorite game ever. Spoiler alert.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So Clank in Space, we'll probably pass it at some point. We just got to play it a lot more.
Absolutely. Yeah, go ahead.
But it's got a great. The push your luck comes a little bit better because it's a little bit longer of a game, and somebody just can't do the strategy of go grab a treasure and get out. So it forces a little bit more interaction and a little bit longer delay, and also has a much better culling system for the cards.
Yeah.
So you can actually deck build much better in this game.
At first I was like a little bit leery. I was just like, oh, it's just like Clank in Space. They're just kind of like do the same thing with Sunken Treasure, and I thought it was basically just going to be a new map. But like
Empire Project. Sorry.
Yeah. Well. Anyways. But anyways, like no, like really, it does. It changes the way you really do play the game. It changes the whole strategy.
Funny.
Funny. It's still funny. It still has the pusher. Like if you like Clank, Clank in Space is almost a no-brainer just because of how much it does change the formula.
There's no reason not to have both.
I'm really kind of curious to see what the kind of mummy, Egyptian expansion that's coming out this year. I'm kind of curious about that. So yeah, I guess we'll see.
All right.
Sorry, my number 4. My number 4 is Near and Far. The more that I played Near and Far, the more that I can definitely say I enjoy it more than Above and Below. I think they're different enough that I think Above and Below is more of a Euro, and Near and Far definitely has the more adventure storytelling. But
is that weird that I like Near and Far better then?
Yeah, a little bit, but there's a lot of variation. There's a lot of stuff to explore. I think if Ryan Luckett keeps kind of redoing this and tweaking it and like doing a formula, I really think that
he'll get it right.
I think that he's really gonna do a near perfect blend of like Euro, like a mechanic game, but add in that beautiful storytelling element because that's what I love about both of those games. But I'm always excited to see what that dude's kind of doing and pushing because Near and Far, I really think has a cell above and below.
I agree, it's a game.
He's such an asshole.
No, I did it. I liked Near and Far. Okay, I would play it again.
Yeah.
Above and Below, I probably would not play again.
That's fair.
We'll give it that much of a thumbs up. But sometimes when the bandit wants to kill you, you just let the bandit go. I'm not talking to anybody in particular.
No.
There's nobody we're
that's
talking
not a
about.
pointed comment at anybody.
But sometimes you gotta let that bandit go.
Just let him go.
All right, what is
Number 3?
next?
So this is
Moldy. Wait.
I literally have no idea which one this one is. This could be moldy cheese again and caramel corn.
Let's find out.
Or butter popcorn, rotten egg.
Oh,
that's dead fish.
God damn. Wait. Yeah, that is. Oh God. Oh.
Get it out.
My number 3 is Merlin. So Merlin was my most anticipated game of last year. I didn't know the name was Merlin at the time.
Honorary mention, for sure.
Yeah. I just knew Feld was putting out a game, and I would like it. And I was anticipating it, and I anticipated it, and I loved it. It's a rondel game. Kind of simple to play, but there's a ton of strategy. It's just rolling dice, moving around in a clockwise circle.
The extra kind of like area control mechanism on the separate board adds a nice flavor to, I think, the Feld. Like, what might have been not as full of a game, I really think that aspect really built. And the expansions add a nice little flavor too.
Yeah, and it's the expansions add a little bit of meanness into it. The base game is pretty tame. It's a Euro.
So it's if you want to add that like little element,
yeah,
you definitely can.
It's not
and it
horribly
doesn't
mean.
overly change the game, but
you know, you got to fight the traders. You got to get rid of them with the Excalibur, which is pretty cool. You're collecting all these different things. Set collection, turning in quest little bonus cards every turn if you can. Tons of fun. Love it. Merlin. Love it. Feld. Great theme.
My third is Seventh Continent, a game I have only played solo, but this is the choose your own adventure game that I have always wanted to play since before. Yeah. If I ever was like, man, I really want to choose your own, adventure like board game, this was the game I was thinking of even before I knew it existed. It is near perfect, as far as just having that theme, that the sense of adventure, the kind of push your luck, the risk, like just resource management. It's everything that I really liked about Robinson Crusoe, but I felt like I was really going out and exploring a world. And the world feels vibrant. It feels like ever changing, but everything links up beautifully. Like whoever designed and really like did all the play testing to make this game so succinct. I mean, just cheers. It is so beautifully, and it fits together just perfect.
I haven't played it,
but we will. We're gonna have like a BroCon day and get this to the table just so Kyle can get a taste. So
okay. Number 2, Stinky Socks or Tutti Frutti? You pick.
They're all been bad.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Oh no, I got Tutti Frutti.
Oh, anyway, I got Stinky Socks.
I got Stinky Socks.
God. All right,
that's good. So my number 2, Azul, and I think that was where on your
my
list?
number 7.
Okay. I have maybe got this in December and have played it like 5 times since then. Beautiful, abstract, no theme. It's all strategy.
You're making ceramics.
Yeah. Oh, that's I think.
Yeah.
Whatever. And this is one of those times I don't care about theme because this is mechanically and aesthetically a beautiful abstract. I would recommend and play this with almost anyone. It's so simple to teach, but it's so deep. And because of the way that the player board is, you can actually flip it over and get a harder variant on the other side, and one that I haven't even tried. So I'm actually anticipating way more play of this game.
Love it. Great game. It's one of the, I think the very first time we were like, and then we kept playing it more and more and went, yep, this is amazing.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's much deeper than you think.
Like the first couple of rounds, you're like,
yeah.
I don't really, okay. And then as soon as you do scoring, and then you're like,
love this game. It is one of our most played games. Easy to bring to any group.
Absolutely.
My number 2, we will talk about in a minute. Then the worst one.
Oh, number 1.
Chocolate pudding or the canned dog food, which is the worst.
I'm so not excited, everybody. This has been a hard trip so far. God damn it. I'm gonna see how long I can keep
No,
my mouth.
I got chocolate pudding.
Oh, God.
Damn it.
Oh.
Did I just lose because of that? God.
Oh, it's so bad.
Did you actually say as
Oh. It smells so bad there now.
It's just the worst.
It's a gift that just keeps on giving.
I'm very sad I got... Am I sad? I don't know. Let's talk about your number one first, because it's my number two.
Lisboa. This is my first Vital Lacerda game to play.
Mine too.
We have fallen in love, I think is an easy thing to say. We played the Galeras this year. We bought Kanban. I bought Vinos. He's on our anticipated stuff for next year. Vital Lacerda really got a quick hold on our core group. Just because, again, I've only said this once before with Sagrada. This is an elegant game. He is an elegant designer. I think Lisboa has a little bit more of the point salad. You can kind of do a lot more, and you kind of have a little bit more flexibility, but a tight game.
And it's a game where you only do two things. You
Play a card
and draw a card.
Yep.
But what happens in between is about 20 things.
And it's all the mechanism of building from that point A to the end of the game. And the whole theme is you are rebuilding after, what was it, a fire, an earthquake, and a flood. And so you're rebuilding the city of Lisboa, and that's the whole theme. So the theme is really appealing. The art style aesthetically, that blue and that green and red, everything, it's very pastel but gorgeous. Gameplay is really gorgeous. A lot of mechanisms. Everything interlocks pretty well. Just by saying you play a card and really you can have 5 to 10 actions that follow that pretty easy,
and people can follow
you, so you got to pay attention.
I
mean, this is a game where there's not a lot of downtime because you really want to pay attention to those follow-up actions.
Great, fabulous game. Fell in love with it the first time we played it.
Absolutely.
Didn't understand it the first time we played it.
A lot to learn, everybody. This is a game you really have to be patient with yourself and the group.
Yeah, and this is a game that I recommend if you're going to play it with a group. Even if you're the teacher, they need to go out and watch a video on it and just get some basic understandings of it.
I mean, the player aid is 4 pages long.
Yeah.
So if that just says anything. But as far as heavy games,
this is one we played, I think.
Yeah, I think this is one of the heaviest ones. Now, this is not into I think any train, the 18XX stuff. But this is definitely on the heavier end. But man, if you get a chance to have someone teach you this and you got the time to spare, really do yourself a favor if you like Euros and jump in.
So my number one, I still think is way under the radar.
What?
Column of Fire. It is the
honorable mention for me because I only played it once. Yeah, but I really didn't.
So it is third in the line of the Pillars of the Fire. Second one's A World Without End, which we have not played yet, but we have it. This is Column of Fire. This is a brilliant. It's a time management game, really. You roll dice, and based on the number, you get to have that card's power for that many years.
So you kind of select it, you pay for it, and then it has to time out before you get that dice back. So
you're losing the dice, which you need dice to do certain things, to visit certain places, to get certain people.
But you also need that mechanism to build.
You get that build, and you get the power for a long time. So some of them give you 2 victory points a round. You're like, oh, I want to keep this forever. But then you're like, oh, I need that dice. And so it gets really frustrating where you want to do. Each dice, so you do 2 actions on the board. You recruit a helper, and then you do a rondel action selection that's based on the color of the dice.
Right.
And it's just balanced so well. It's also got a religious war that's going back and forth.
Protestants, Catholics, and you can switch sides.
You can switch sides based on how long you roll to be one or the other. You can go, I want to switch. And then we have some area control when the building fills up. And then the cool thing is you get points for your pips that you put down on there. So if I rolled a 6 and I got on to England and there was a Catholic war and I was Catholic, I got 6 points. Anybody else who's there gets kicked off. Right. So it's kind of punishing in a way too.
It really is.
For a Euro, it's pretty punishing.
But everything comes together beautifully. It just took us a little bit to really see how everything
It's got some finicky rules that you got to get used to at first.
Yeah.
It's also a race game, which is weird for a Euro.
Yeah.
So it's first one to get 50 ends the last round.
Right.
So doesn't necessarily they're going to win, but they trigger the end of the game. So there's kind of a race aspect going.
Because you can actually lose points in this game pretty
you can.
easily. So
it has events like Pillars of the Earth, where most of them are bad. One of them is good for each deck. There's a lot of powers that are the exact same, but that's fine.
There's enough variability in the game mechanics and how it plays that did not bother me at all.
All right, so we're done. We're good?
I mean, like, we're done, good? Yeah. Do you want to do any other honorable mentions?
Let's talk about our honorable mentions.
I mean, I'm going to say
quick.
Photosynthesis.
Yep, made mine.
Definitely honorable mention. That was actually my other one besides Ex Libris.
That's all you had?
Yeah.
I had Bees.
Oh, Bees was really good.
Queen Domino. Just felt it felt very too close. I had Sagrada, Century Spice Road.
I haven't played that one.
Haven't played that yet. Great. Barren Park. I don't think you played that either.
I haven't played that one either.
Unfair. You did not play that one. Mintworks we both had, right?
Yes.
You had Mintworks.
Yeah, it actually got knocked out of my list after I remembered Yamatai, but
and then Gentes was on mine too.
Yeah.
So, what's the score? Pretty sure I know what happened.
Okay, wait. So, how are we doing this?
If we got a good one, it's 1 point. Most points loses.
Okay, so Kyle got 3 good. Cameron got 2 good.
So you won.
So see you next week.
No, you gotta watch this. Who do we want to do? We want to thank everybody.
Yeah,
yeah. You go ahead and eat, and I'll just thank everybody.
Do that.
Yeah. So, shout out to the Board Game Fitness Challenge. Tina, Kyle's wife, our super duper backroom manager, won the 7x7 board, which is really awesome. This thing, it's a really cool group, super posy, like super focused on just like being healthy weight loss. It is a awesome group ran by Daniel Zayas. I'm hoping I'm saying his name right.
And I also apologize, Daniel. I've lost 25 pounds this month.
Yeah, congratulate. Actually, Tina and Kyle have both been doing awesome.
But this is not helping. So
all the vomit will help.
So this is why I'm not swallowing all these. Normally, I would just nail these down.
Yeah.
Like, that's
bubbles. Just normal?
I just don't want to show sugar.
Yeah, okay.
For the contest.
Yeah, for the contest.
So, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
And we'll see you next
As
time.
always, thank you, Chris Rose, for the music, Jackie Haas for the mugs, Lisa Designs for our shirts. Thanks for everyone out there watching. Please, share, comment, like, subscribe, do the whole thing. His breath smells horrid right now. It is a mix of so many. It's making me nauseous. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You get a chipmunk going.
Oh my god. It's so gross. Anyways, thanks for joining us in season 2. Here's to another year of doing dumb shit to our beautiful bodies.
See you next time.
Bye.